I want to talk about Jauan Jennings. Every year, OTAs, there's like someone who's clearly the best player on the field. We've gone through this. I mean, last year it was Diamador Lenore, right? Diamador Lenore was incredible. He did it every day. He had something to prove. It's not just the most talented player, because that could be Fred Warner or George Kittle or Nick Bosa. It's someone who's ascending, who has something to prove, who hasn't gotten paid yet. That's usually the guy who shows out at an OTA. And then last year it was Lenore, and it translated. The year before that, it was Ayuk. We remember that, and it translated. These are guys who had big seasons and got paid. Today it was Jauan Jennings. Jauan Jennings was the best player on the field. He absolutely destroyed Renardo Green. He didn't go against Diamador Lenore. So let's take this with a grain of salt. If he had been destroying Diamador Lenore, that would mean that this guy is perhaps a legitimate number one wide receiver. I'm not saying he's that yet, but I'm not saying he's not. Just watching the way he wins at this point in his career, he's so confident. He doesn't rush his routes. I mean, he's already not fast, but he has this slow finesse to him where he can sort of change gears in the route and change his tempo enough to get open. And he gets open consistently. He doesn't get enough credit for his route running, in my opinion. I think he's maybe the best route runner on the team. He just doesn't move very fast. So it doesn't look like he creates a lot of separation, but he creates enough for him to catch the ball. Watching him run around as the number one wide receiver on the team today in his prime, watching him wear that number 15, it just reminds me of Michael Crabtree. Like younger Michael Crabtree, 2012 Michael Crabtree, just before he tore his Achilles, back when he was really the number one wide receiver on the team. Really, it was Vernon Davis's team, his offense, and then Michael Crabtree ascended and took it from him. Michael Crabtree probably tested faster than Jauan Jennings, but I don't know that he played faster than Jauan Jennings. Both guys would give you about 12, 13 yards a catch. Both guys had really long arms. I think Crabtree was probably better after the catch a little bit in his prime before he tore his Achilles, but Jennings a better blocker. I mean, Jennings a better teammate. Jennings is, I almost said just flat out better. Crabtree was really good, but that's who I think of when I see Jauan Jennings, and Crabtree really was a legit number one wide receiver for a minute. So I just want to give him credit. A lot of people kind of pat Jauan Jennings on the head like, oh man, he's so good. We love Jauan, but 32nd in separation. They always want to use him as a scapegoat to prop up Brock Purdy in like some Brock Purdy debate, whatever. But really, I mean, this guy is one of the better number two receivers in the league. He was a number three behind guys who were worse than him. Now, I mean, I think he might be, I'm not sure. I'm not saying he's one of the better number one wide receivers in the league, but I think he's a number one receiver. At least he looked like it today against Renardo Green, who really struggled. But yeah, I'm looking at bigger Michael Crabtree. Is that blasphemous? I don't think it is, man. And Michael Crabtree's best season, 2012, he had 85 catches for 1,100 yards and 9 touchdowns and 57 first downs. Now, that's a better season than Jauan Jennings has put together, but not that much better. I mean, Jauan had like 1,000 yards last year and 6 touchdowns and 77 catches and like 45 first downs. I mean, it was similar. And he wasn't getting all the targets that Crabtree used to get. Crabtree got 127 targets in 2012. In 2011, he got 115, which is about what Jennings got last year, and he had 874 yards. So a little bit older than Crabtree on the Niners, but maybe a little bit better. Prize Picks will give you $50 when you play your first $5 lineup. Win or lose, you'll get $50 for playing. Use promo code COHN, COHN, and download the app now.